If I had to do it over again, I would have told somebody. I would have reported to law enforcement. I would have tried to have found the strength to not remain silent. But 41 years ago, that night I was raped, was a very different time. We were a very silent and a very tolerant society. There were no rape centers to speak of, no women's shelters or crisis centers. If I had to do it over again, I would have confronted my denial and fought harder to save my spirit. We've come a long ways over the past 41 years as we pay more attention to this serious social issue. We are not nearly as silent as we once were. But I fear we have a long ways to go before we truly understand the reality of rape and the long-term emotional aftermath most survivors must endure. It's unfortunate the myths and misconceptions still remain. It's unfortunate that victims still today are hesitant to report, and the victim blaming does not go unnoticed. If you have been the victim of intimate assault or abuse, you must accept no blame for being the victim of this crime. The offender alone is responsible for his or her actions. You did not ask for it. One of the most common misconceptions is the belief that rape or sexual assault has something to do with sex. And just the term sexual assault can be very misleading because these crimes have absolutely nothing to do with sex. They have everything to do with power and control and the humiliation and degradation of another human being. These crimes are assaults on our physical being, but more than that, they are assaults on our soul and our spirit. And our physical wounds will heal, but the damage done to our spirit can take years, if not a lifetime, to heal. These are crimes that cut deep into the most intimate part of our being, that sacred spiritual core we all possess, our very essence, if you will. These are crimes of intimate violence, intimate assault, and intimate abuse, and they in no way resemble the loving, consensual act of sex. We must get to that place of better understanding and awareness, but society cannot understand because victims don't tell. But victims don't tell because society doesn't understand. So we're caught in this vicious cycle. And who is going to be courageous enough to step out of this cycle and start the conversation? Yes, intimate assault is a very uncomfortable topic, but we will get nowhere in our silence. These days, I have very little concern about my own discomfort or the discomfort of society as I speak out. What I am concerned about are the countless innocent spirits that have been and will be assaulted. Our silence as victims and as a society has helped contribute to the perpetuation of these crimes. Our silence and our tolerance has allowed the perpetrator to move from one victim to the next. It's interesting to me that 41 years later, I am still very aware of how that dark night forever changed the makeup of my spirit. Although my wounds healed long ago and I am a survivor, I know the scars are still there. If you have been the victim of intimate assault or abuse, please tell somebody and keep telling somebody until you find that safe, trusted place of support, that place that will help you take back your power and your sense of self. Because you matter, your voice matters, and you are a survivor.